Tell us about Assassin's Creed Mirage.
The spookiest thing about this Spooktober is how many hits are, set to release this month. It seems like
Yeah.
the jump scare is another AAA game coming out that feels like a must play. Assassin's Creed Mirage, I have been playing via Ubisoft Plus, which is their subscription service. I signed up for the $14 a month tier, which is just playing on PC. But then I've been playing it exclusively through GeForce Now, which is NVIDIA's cloud gaming service. It is a day and date game on GeForce Now. And if you've
So
listened
you need 2 subscriptions for that to work, right?
Correct. The way I am,
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy the game outright
Right.
and stream via GeForce Now. GeForce Now also does have a free tier that's limited in many ways. I am not on that free tier. I am on the ultimate high end. It's like you're running a 4080 or whatever it is in the cloud. Beautiful. But yes, under this, just like if you were to do GeForce Now and Xbox Game Pass games, you would need the Game Pass subscription and then GeForce on top of that as well. Or you can buy the games outright. But I love cloud gaming. RIP Stadia. If you've listened to this show long enough, you know that I'm a champion of it, and I think it is the future in some form or fashion. And so I love diving back into it, 2 feet all the way, getting fully wet, swimming around in it, especially with these day and date
diving
games.
from a great height, landing it as if it is hay.
As if it's hay or water that's at least 4 feet deep, like whichever one is going. You have to trust your dive.
Yeah.
And so I'll talk about my experience at GeForce Now. It's been incredible. I've raved about it, I think, pretty much since its inception. I felt like it was the best cloud gaming service. It remains the best cloud gaming service. And I think head and shoulders better than others as I continue to test all of them. I sent you a message, Jeff, as I was playing. My daughter was at softball practice. I had good 5G signal, and I brought my backbone, and I was like, let's see how this works. It was awesome. It was as if native. I say I played exclusively. I played the first 20 minutes on PC because I wanted to get that baseline, me playing it running off my rig. And then I've been playing it via GeForce Now since. And I was...
Daddy, are you watching me? I got a hit. Are you
It's
watching?
practice. We talking about practice? We talking about practice. You got to hit at practice? No, I'm not. I did just take down this cruel titan who's been forcing people to work in slave labor camps. Did you see me do that? No, mind your business. Listen to code.
Honey, you assassinated that ball. That was good.
You jumped off the backstop and stabbed a bat into its neck. Real good job. I think you're getting it wrong though, but I'm proud of you. It was awesome. I mean, truly, as someone who loves this tech but continues to be blown away by it, like truly mind blowing to be sitting there at a park playing a game as if I'm playing it, native on my device. I was also recently traveling for a little bit, and I tried playing it on Motel 6 Wi-Fi. No. Not good.
Exactly Motel 6G, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no. It was not good. So there are still clearly limits to the technology. Motel 6 Wi-Fi, fine to watch a movie via Amazon Prime streaming, fine to check my email, not a way I would recommend playing a video game. It was not a good experience. So that's kind of the state of cloud gaming for me and GeForce Now. Assassin's Creed Mirage is a very interesting game. It feels almost like how we were talking about RE4 and perhaps Dead Space, of RE4, this re-release that came out this year, feels like how I remember the game feeling when I played it all those years ago on GameCube, but it's not. They've, added the parry mechanic. They've made enemies faster. I think they've changed some inventory management. They've changed some plot points in some parts of the map, and it is a different game, but it still has that feeling. And Assassin's Creed Mirage, as I'm playing it, it feels like, and I'm not done. I'm 7 hours in. I should have checked my save before we started. Over 5, less than 10, somewhere in that range.
I'll trust you.
Of the game. I would have been more, but Motel 6 Wi-Fi let me down, baby. I had hours to grind and nothing to do.
Sternly worded letter to the manager, I hope.
Dear Motel 6, I do not stay at your hotel because it is one of the few available with a room. I stay here to partake in cloud video game playing. I feel very let down. Was my room clean? Yes. Did I enjoy your free coffee? Quite a bit. Wi-Fi?
I was
subpar.
unable to assassinate anyone while staying at your motel.
Number of people I tried to kill and was successful at? 0. Maybe I should go to a Super 8 and see if those 2 more digits provide a superior cloud gaming experience.
Please write that on Yelp review, please.
It feels like I'm playing the best version of Assassin's Creed 2, or I forget all the names of them. Not Black Flag necessarily, because it had some ship-to-ship combat. But this is a dense, for all intents and purposes, one city environment. You're in Baghdad, which is incredible setting. And it feels like how I remember playing those old Assassin's Creeds. This is not Odyssey. This is not Valhalla. This is, you're sneaky, and you're in one city, and this city is dense, and there's corridors everywhere, and tons of places to hide and explore and check
How's
out.
the parkour?
And do parkour. And
Okay.
it brings back that core Assassin's Creed experience. So it very much feels like revisiting. It feels like it could be a remaster. If someone, if you had told someone like, oh, Assassin's Creed Mirage originally came out in 2007, and now they've updated it and played this version, it's the definitive version, that would feel accurate. Like, that's what Assassin's Creed Mirage feels like to me, is the definitive version of that initial version of Assassin's Creed after 2, pre-Odyssey, before it became this large or not Odyssey, what was the Egypt one? Something else. Also with an O,
Origins.
I think. Origins, yes. Before it became a larger, sprawling kind of RPG game. And so I think if you're looking for that type of experience, this is 100% for you. But if you're someone who's grown up on Origins, Odyssey, Valhalla, I think in many ways this game, it won't necessarily feel like a step backward, but it will feel like a different franchise almost. It will feel like a sister franchise or a spin-off. Like, they could have called this, I don't know, something different, like Prince of Persia or something. Like, it will feel different enough to those games. But what's in the game is super well done. And I think playing some of these other big games reminds me of some of the problems I had with Starfield. I mean, you're on this, granted, it's just one city. Starfield is all of existence. But the seamlessness of what these modern Assassin's Creed games do, of having 0 loads as you fly up into your overhead as your bird and you scout thing, and you zoom back down to your character and you walk into this temple or this fortress that's huge and massive, and you walk right out of it right back into the open world where something else is going on over here, all without any load times to interrupt your gameplay, is awesome. And this version of Assassin's Creed, I think, while being that OG version, I think has learned stuff from Hitman World of Assassination, the newest Hitman, where if you want to, you can very much explore a space and figure out your own way to get things done. Unlike Hitman, you don't have to do it that way. The game will very much prompt you in a way to do it, where you'll be talking to the quest giver and it'll be like, you got to go take out this prison and free these, people that are on our side. You might want to talk to the merchant on the west side of the building for a tip, or you might want to go get some, mercenaries to go help you. Or perhaps there's another way, and they kind of like, ooh. And then most of the time I use my little eagle and find where the merchant is and go talk to them and do that, because that's the path of least resistance for me. But as you play with these systems, I think there are interesting other ways to figure out these puzzles, these combat puzzles, or these stealth puzzles to achieve your objective. The knock I would give against the game right now is that I feel like more times than not, the path of honest to goodness least resistance is actually full resistance. Just go kill everybody. And I think it wants to give you that option as your get out of jail card. Like, oftentimes in Hitman, if you mess up, you're dead and you reload and you go back. And that has a certain satisfying moment of figuring out the puzzle, but it's also kind of annoying to be like, ugh, I failed. There's no way forward. And
Go again. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed Mirage feels like it very much wants to give you a path forward, and it does that by having a pretty full and compelling combat package. And so I'll be spotted, and unlike old OG Metal Gear where it's like, and then I want to reload, it's like, okay, game on. Basim and I'm going to go all out and just kill all these people. But now I've become pretty efficient at combat. So now it's sometimes like, this fortress is heavily defended. I'm like, no, it's not.
Just walk in.
Jump off the tower, like throwing daggers as I fall. There's an upgrade path for a dagger where it's poison and it dissolves the body. It's like chef's kiss. It's an awesome, fantasy weapon, but for Assassin's Creed, where like, I think it was Odyssey where you could teleport across 4 buildings to take people down. Just like, no, you can't. But it was like, yes, you can. And here it's like, with this dagger dipped in acid, and so it dissolves the body. And you're like, oh, like over the course of a day? No, it's like dead, disappear. Awesome, because then you don't have to worry about the body being found. And so there's a serious game I think you can play. And then there's the way
Have
I'm
you heard
playing
about the
it.
assassin that is like a whisper in the night? No, but I know that like 400 dudes have disappeared over the last 2 days.
There is an assassin among our ranks. We're not sure who he is. I am the assassin coming to kill you. La, la. I'm like banging pots as I run in, where it's like, today's the day you die. Today's the... They're like, we need to up our guards. It doesn't matter. Dead, dead, dead.
That's just more people for me to kill.
Very much, very much. And so I don't think it will rise to the level of anyone's favorite of 2023, but it is a very well-made, put-together game that I think will scratch a very specific itch for a lot of people that miss that original Assassin's Creed version. It's just, it doesn't do anything incredibly new that I think will blow people away, that like, oh, I've never seen anything do this before. But it is pretty, and it works, which I think is also something worth saying in the year of 2023 PC releases.
Would you say it's pretty similar to Ghost of Tsushima? Because Tsushima was like that, where you could play an assassin, or you could go in and just like, I'm going to be a samurai and just take everyone on. Is it kind of similar to that? Because I love that type of gameplay.
The mechanics of the gameplay are very different than Ghost of Tsushima, where you'll in Assassin's Creed Mirage, I send my Falcon Eagle, my bird, up, and you can use it to spot everything from above. I could tag every enemy. I could do recon from there, find the merchant that's going to sell me the thing that's going to help me cloak and disguise in. I can walk in with the crowd and be shrouded. It gives you more options to really embrace stealth. Whereas I felt like in Ghost of Tsushima, it was kind of hide in the bushes and be like, whistle, whistle. And then, create my pile of bodies, 10 bodies high in the bushes that no one would notice. But that was kind of my stealth approach. Where Assassin's Creed has a verticality to almost all of the fortresses and missions that allow you to scale and climb and pick people off one by one, should you be so inclined.
I had a revelation recently in playing a game that we will be talking about next week. But I realized I love stealth in games, but what I hate is forced stealth in games.
Yep. I want the option.
Yeah. I will embrace stealth almost every time. I will embrace stealth in, big Bethesda RPGs. I will embrace stealth in, Assassin's Creed type games. What I don't want is, here's the stealth level. Don't get caught. Oh, I hate that. I hate it. I want to have the option. I want to be the one that decides, oh, I'm going to handle this in a stealth way. And I really, that galvanized in my head of like, man, I don't like it when a game's like, here's a stealth level, be stealthy.
Especially when you've been spamming buttons the entire time for the last 4 hours doing action combat. And then it's like, now, by the way, don't get caught once. That throws me off so quickly.
I think it bothers me, but I do love stealth in games when it's like, here's an option, here's another tool in your toolkit. You want to be the stealth person? And I'll be like, oh yeah, I want to be, liquid death and they didn't see coming. Yeah.
I think you might love this game, Jeff. I really do. I think it might click for you in that regard.
I had one game this fall where I was like, I'm just not going to play that. And now you're telling me I need to play it.
I think it might scratch that itch for you. Like, I think another fault I could point out to it is that I don't know if it trusts the player enough. Like I said, I think it is a pretty big sandbox, but it also will guide you. It's like, you have to solve this mystery. Go talk to Roger. And I'm like, I thought I was going to, like, you got to solve this mystery. You need to investigate this part of the town to figure out what happened. Or go talk to Roger. He'll tell you what happened. And then on the HUD, it's like, Roger, bing. bing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I kind of want to go do the thing. And it's like, but Roger's 50 feet away to your right. Okay, I'll go talk to Roger. Like it kind of forces that critical path. But in terms of like not forcing stealth on you, I think it nails that. It's really well done.